speeches. Today, she roasts Alexander Bell, a man who changed the way we communicate. Please welcome Jasmine.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How many of you were born without a middle name? Then none of you can sympathize with the gentleman I'm about to roast. Alexander Bell was born without a middle name. Aha, you look perplexed. Well, unlike his older brothers, he was not given a middle name at birth. Now, when he became of age to recognize that his older brothers had something he didn't, he wanted it. Like most younger siblings, if they've got one, then I want one too. So he set about pestering his father. Dad, I'd like a middle name. Dad, I'd like a middle name. Eventually, for his 11th birthday, his father acquiesced, and Alexander got a middle name. A middle name of his own choosing.
Ah.
So today we refer to him as Alexander Graham Bell. Graham being the name of a patient that was staying with his family at the time. Now, up until that time, and even afterwards, his appellation was Alec. Later on, he began to address his correspondence A.G. Bell. Now, Alexander had the privilege of growing up in a home where language was important. His grandfather's library was his classroom. His father, his first teacher. They studied linguistics. In fact, his father established a visual speech whereby they focused on where the tongue was placed, how the throat was positioned as you spoke. So he grew up with an understanding of the beauty of language. From the age of 12, he took an active part in participating in his family's research with language. He and one of his older brothers, finding the voice box, well, cutting it out, of a dead sheep, began to manipulate it. You figure, how are you going to learn how the voice box works on something unless you get a hands-on? And so they had a hands-on. Growing up in Scotland, in the glens near farms, this was an opportunity he couldn't pass up. They got the sheep voice box to say ma, ma, by bellowing air through the voice box. As he grew, as he grew, his passion for communication grew also. His mother's deafness was a catalyst for this. And as he researched and he developed different ways of communicating, first he used finger spelling with his mother as her hearing decreased. And then moving on to his major invention, the telephone. Something that was created and patented during the month of his birth, March. Now, while this is a wonderful invention, I dare say to many an English teacher it is the bane of their existence. Because in the road or along the roadside of the telephone has been left in its wake as it has progressed. Penmanship. Letters. After all, when was the last time you received correspondence that wasn't dear sir, dear madam, but hi Joe, hi Sarah, hi Tim? We no longer write to one another, and their communication has turned silent with texting. Many of us who are exposed to young people now find ourselves having to decipher, instead of words, letters. My daughter has taken to saying, IDK, IDK, IDK.
Oh.
I don't know, I don't know, I don't know.
Oh my God.
My sentiments exactly. I don't know why you don't speak to me in a full sentence anymore. But nevertheless, we have much to give thanks for with Alexander Graham Bell's invention of the telephone.